I'm live, and Sergey says he'll be on in 5 minutes. In the meantime, I am going to show my screen, and there was a exercise in a book that I'm on that says to create an encoder decoder. And so that book, crap, I thought I was looking at this. It's this right here. This book was saying, can I go back? No, that's not it. Yeah, so where's this at? Go back some more. See, I did this up here. I feel like I did this whole thing. Something's not right. Okay. Somewhere in here it has something about writing an encoder decoder. I don't see it right now, but basically what you want to do is you want to take like some message and you want to encode it, and then you want to take that encoded message and you want to decode it. That's what it is. So in order to do that, let what is it? Define function encode within brackets message or text. We'll say text. And then in here, it's just for right now, just do that. Do. So Shift-P. Okay. And then you're also going to have like decode text down here as well. Okay. So we have both of these in here. And if I do Shift-P, Shift-P, that's not working. Shift-P. I'm not sure what happened to my REPL. Take two, Shift-P. All right, so decode, Shift-P, encode. So that stuff is in here now. Next is we want to encode some text, right? So how do we do that? I think I should be able to say like, can we iterate across the string? So like for each character within this string, I want to say like, yeah, this is, it would be a map function. And then what? I don't know how to do this. String, Clojure.string, and then you have to say /. dir, fluffy. And then I thought dir was how you get. No. Okay. The Clojure dot dir. Where do I get dir from? Or is it dir and then Clojure dot string? No. Clojure dot string dot. This is. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'm trying to perform an exercise where I encode and then decode some text. And like, I mean, I know how to do it in other languages, but I have I have no clue how to do this in Clojure. So like, for example, for every character in the message that I want to encode or the text that I want to encode, I want to convert it into an ASCII value. And so, like, I know I'm going to need a map, right? I know I need like this right here, but
No,
then
no, no,
no,
not map. You mean, okay, map as function.
like
Uh,
I would want to map. It'll be like some function here, whatever that function is, um, and then it'll be this text, right?
okay,
And then and then I would somehow I don't know how to do this. When I map that text, this function, can I say function and then within brackets? Well, I have to say this right here, right? Within parentheses, again, say function, and then within brackets, it's going to be a character. Like,
okay.
I don't know if I could say care. And then,
You can just use C or CH
okay,
because for example, char is valid function, and maybe you will need to use that function inside your function to call it. So
yeah. So, like, all right, let me try to do this without using a lambda. What I would like to do is say map, and then I will call to ASCII, uh, to ASCII. Um, I don't know if I will still have to.
I, I'm looking how to find out. You can call Java function directly. Let me check. Yes.
Like, I want to take the text
So
and then I want to say text.map to ASCII, but that's assuming that this map is smart enough to iterate through each character of this text. And then I would have to
so
ASCII
as
take.
I understand, you can call function int like integer for for every character.
Does this even load? No.
So
We're asking this context.
for me, this code works. I will drop a comment in the chat. I'm not sure if it's valid values you receive.
Map int text. Okay. I'll paste it up here. And so this map is smart enough to go through each character of a string.
Yes, it's just sequence of characters.
Okay.
It's not very performant to iterate or text character by character, but as first approach you can do this way.
I'd create an alias. Well, I know I can, but is this how you would create an alias for a function?
But you will get a sequence of characters. You will not get text. I suggest to execute my
Okay.
expression to see the result and to decide what do you want to do later.
Okay.
So
this would be text. Get rid of this right here. And so
yeah, okay.
why is this so hard to do? How come it won't let me type in another?
Do you know the answer for your question? So can we start from like having a test for our code? And,
Having a test or having a REPL? I mean, like a
because
unit
I'm not
test?
sure what kind of result do you want to get.
Let me try this again. So let oh within parentheses find function to ASCII and
Square brackets,
square brackets and then
text,
some
yes.
I'll say text. Okay. And then it's going to return something. And then we also have this map thing. And so if I throw that in there, and you said write a test for it. Well, let me see if this still crap. What just happened? Let me see if this shift Alt L. Why is this doing that? What did I do? Okay. So then what I want to do is say to ASCII, and I'm just going to put in A. And I think A maps to 97, I think. What do I have to put this within parentheses? So Shift Alt P, and capital A is 65. Okay. If I do lowercase a, I think that's 97, and that is 97. Okay. All right. So then I could say hello world, and executing that. I didn't mean to do that. Executing that. gives that value. Take 2. Okay. All right. Cool. And then I want to have another function called find function. No, I don't. So we have the building block of 2 ASCII, and then I want to create another building block called define function encode, and that's going to do the same thing. All right, text. But then the implementation details is it just calls to ASCII. But I shouldn't have to say this right here. Hold up. I should really just be able to just say encode equals to ASCII. Like I want to be able to say this.
Okay, so replace defn with just def without n. Def
Okay.
encode, remove equal. Yes, def encode to ASCII. So
Okay. So then I say encode hello world. Well, first I gotta load everything again, right? And then Control Shift P. All right, cool. All right, so then the next part is find function decode. And then you have your text.
but encode doesn't return text. How do you want? What kind of text do you want to get from your sequence of numbers?
When I'm decoding, I wanted to, for this example, return hello world.
Because, for example, I dropped a comment in chat how to convert your sequence of numbers to string, but they don't have any separator. So to decode, you need something to some separator in the text between numbers.
Well, we know that space is a ASCII. The space character is ASCII, and we know
Okay,
that
so
whenever we see the ASCII character that is equal to a space, then we could just replace that with the actual space literal, right? So I forgot how to do that. What is it? And then we just say space.
okay, so yet another message to you. So we converted to string, adding spaces between every element.
What is interpose, man?
Interpose, add separator between elements.
Okay. So we say apply, and then string concatenates, I thought, and then interpose. In this case, we want the text to be the actual. Oh, so are you saying this is the implementation detail for decode, in which we replace text with message.
But more practical is to use Clojure string namespace to work with strings. So there's a message to you using function string join.
Replace that with this.
But replace text to text. Okay.
Okay, so if I say encode hello world, it's going to give me, crap, hold up. 146. What else is missing? It says syntax error. What's wrong with 146? This looks fine to me. It says end the file while reading. This looks fine to me. I don't understand.
There's missing closing parentheses here, yes.
Oh,
Because last should be matched with first before different.
it won't let me add parentheses. Like,
You can switch your in right bottom corner. You see par edit. Do you see in status bar?
it's in there now.
You can switch from par edit to structure off. This will
Okay.
allow you to put any manual parents without restrictions.
So where's that? You said go to edit?
Bottom right corner in status line.
Oh, pair
Status
edit.
line. Yeah. Structural off. Choose structural off. Okay, now you will be able to put.
Okay. Okay. So now we have this decode function. And so if I want to say encode and do this, it's going to give me this stuff right here. Now, theoretically, I should be able to say star, I thought it was like star one was the last thing that gets entered into the REPL. All right. So I thought I should be able to say decode star one.
There's a message to you.
Okay.
No,
That didn't work out the way I thought.
no. The join was for encode, no?
Oh, I thought we already solved the encode. I thought this was the encode right here.
No, encode is with string join. This is also encode. This is just without using interpose and apply string. Change MSG to text. Your argument is text,
Yeah.
and there is yes.
Okay. That didn't.
You reloaded but didn't execute. What? You just reloaded in and
Oh,
press
okay, okay,
again.
okay, okay, okay. Sorry.
So we
All right.
have now a string with space separated numbers. The last message in the chat is about splitting string back to elements. This is first step when you have when you get a sequence of a vector of strings of string representation with numbers inside, which should be later parsed to numeric value and to integer and so on. But you can start from split and test how it works.
So join returns a string of all elements in the collection. Okay. Separated by some optional separator, or what I'll say is a delimiter. Okay. So it was clojure.string.join or clojure.string /join. And then our separator is going to be a space, as it says. And then we. Okay. And then we pass in a function, which I'm not seeing right now. Where's the signature at? It just says collection and as the first argument. And then this. Oh, no. How am I looking at this? So it can take. It's a. Clojure has overloaded functions. Is that what this means?
Yes, this is two version of this function, this
Ooh,
single
okay.
with one argument and with two arguments. And without first argument, this is just.
All right, I understand it now. Because in F sharp, you can't overload functions. So I just thought that that was part of just a functional paradigm that, unlike object-oriented programming, within F sharp, you can't overload, meaning you can't have a function that you can overload the arguments on. But in Clojure, it looks like you can. All right, so this takes a collection, and for each item in the collection, it's just going to inject a space. Does it? Okay, and it's smart enough not to inject a space at the end. Okay. So all this is still in code. To decode, okay, so I guess to decode, we still want to take a message, and with that message, we want to, if int and then a character gives us the ASCII value, then how do we get the character value from an ASCII value? I would assume that this is something that I could Google, right? And so Clojure int to character or char.
You already converted integer to character.
We converted
Now,
the character to integer, I thought, and now I want to reverse that. You're saying that you already supplied the code for that?
okay, but you don't have integers yet.
It was the
When,
yeah. This
when
is
we
it right
just
here.
split, okay, there is a second message to you.
Okay.
First about just split. I suggest take every expression and test it to see results. So to understand what the single split do exactly. Then you can use this. Just as previous one, not this one. And please close parent in your defen because your indentation. So yes. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now you can put your code below.
All right. So there's a
Take previous. Just no. Take previous one. Which no previous message. Yes, this one.
okay.
So this is just splitting your input string, received by encode.
This pound sign, does that mean macro or something?
This is regex.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
This is literal for strings which are compiled to regex. Function split requires split by regular expression, so splitting by space. So as a result, you will get a vector of strings. So every element should be converted firstly to integer, from string to integers. So we should parse every string and get a number. So if you want to Google something, you should first Google how to convert your. As I know, there is no core function for this conversion, but you can use Java function, which you can see in my example, integer slash parse int. No, for string. String can double quote, yes. And you need parents.
Oh, I keep forgetting the parentheses.
Just look at your highlighting. You need a function call always to be orange. If it's not orange,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
no, parse int. Okay, if you cannot parse an integer from A, there should be digits inside.
Well,
So you get an exception, number format exception, that you cannot parse
yeah,
integer
yeah.
from A. You can take 116 from previous line.
Like, okay, I understand that this function is supposed to take a string that hopefully is numeric. I get that part. Okay, so I'll just do what you said. I was automatically trying to figure out how to convert a a number back to a string, and for whatever reason, I don't know, I got confused. So okay, so then when I was googling Clojure number to char,
I guess the char will work. Yes, char works fine. There's a message for you.
okay,
So we can call char together with integer, with parse inside map function.
all right. So for the decode,
The, this arrow which you skip when copy text, this is an important element.
it is. Hold on.
Yes.
What does that? What does that mean? Uh,
Okay. This is the same. Like
Oh no, I remember from our last conversation. You said you could swap the argument
Yes.
positions, right?
I dropped a message with direct order for this.
Okay.
One parent is missing. Closing parent is missing.
You said there's a parameter missing.
Yes, just add one parent here.
Oh,
Where you
parentheses.
cursor.
Oh, sorry. I thought you
Yes,
said param. Okay. All right. So if we test this encode here, and I'm going to copy paste this message, and then we call decode that, and decode will take the message, call map, in which there's a lambda expression that takes a character. Yeah, this is. I could say that this is care, or care. All right, and it's going to take this character, and with that character, it's going to call it char, and then parsent this character. I don't know. Let's see. No, that's not hello world. All right, so let me see what happened. $48, $49, $32, $52, $32. All right, so now I gotta take this decode and figure out why this hello world that's passed into it didn't translate back to hello world. All right, so this function right here, I'm gonna take that, and I don't know what this actually is. I'm gonna call it foo for right now until I can figure it out. So define function foo. I keep forgetting the parentheses. I assume that takes a character. And do that. Hold up. All right. So all this does is parse the integer, parse a character, but we already did that, so we don't need this anymore. So this is nothing but two ASCII value. Or you could say this is char to ASCII. But that was kind of already done up here. Okay. I think all I need to do
I don't know. My code is working. I put oh,
it returns back a hello world.
yes. This chat ruins new lines, so I'm sorry. I don't know how to put
How do I comment?
new lines. Yeah.
Is there a shortcut key for commenting out code?
What do you want to do?
Like select multiple lines and to comment it out, is there like a shortcut key?
No,
For,
you can use semicolon or
like for example in Visual Studio, which I don't have open, I could select a whole bunch of lines and then use a shortcut key.
Control Shift Slash, I guess.
Control Shift Flash backslash or slash.
Forward slash. Normal slash.
No, that's not working.
No. Okay, you can open setting came up and okay,
Alright.
how to comment.
Alright,
Command.
so here's the thing right here. Encode hello world equals that. And so then you had your decode. Is this the decode part?
Control Shift Slash. I don't know.
Oh, this is your decode right here. Okay.
No, I guess okay.
I wish I could
Okay,
comment out this whole
you
thing without
you
having to
you
manually.
you can type sharp underscore before form to comment it out.
It's a sharp underscore like that.
And underscore, yes, that's all. And next form is ignored.
Okay.
You can repeat slash underscore several times to ignore next several forms at once. For example.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's different. Okay.
I suggest to return new lines manually in my code because I cannot drop a code in chat with caret characters. So everything is converted to single line.
Okay. Am I doing this right? This is just a test, right? I could get rid of that.
Where is my encode? in my message is def and encode, def and decode, and
Your
test.
your encode is down here. So let me delete all this stuff up here. Hold up.
Okay, this is 146. Okay, 42. No, everything in line 142 now, in single line.
Everything you said
Well,
past 142 is what?
in the line 138,
38.
there is everything. So def and code. Now put a new line before def and decode.
Before it? Okay.
No,
After it?
all expressions in single line. Just go right in this line, find def and decode in this line later. Right, move right, move right. In this line, keep in line, move right. Yes, until here, def and decode. Put new line before def and decode. No, not remove this. Just put enter.
Put enter here?
Don't select anything. Put enter before def and decode. Yes, and put enter before later. Find. Can you find a match for this opening parent? Parent. Yeah. Oh, decode and put here. Yeah. This three expression here: def encode, decode, and testing expression.
Okay.
Or we can use another chat. I don't know which preserves new lines.
Hello world. Okay. So theoretically, I should be able to take this and it should print the same thing. Yay. Okay.
Or you can share your IntelliJ idea with me, and I can write code inside directly.
Encode, decode. Okay, that was a little bit different. So looks like I could delete this. And then why is it still? Did I delete the wrong decode? Hold up.
Do you have some text below in the at the end of this file? What prints hello world in one column?
I don't see a print line anywhere.
You can just open new clear file to avoid confusion.
Okay, there we go. I just reloaded the whole file like you said. Oh, you make things seem so simple. Of course, like it's still cryptic for me, my brain to read. But like, all right, so Clojure.string.join. Like, so theoretically I should be able to say this. I should be able to do an import and say, what would I just copy this whole thing right here? Can I do this? No.
Yes.
I do that? No. It doesn't like when I do that either. How would I like import all this the string namespace so I don't keep it on having to say Clojure.string and I could just say join? Or is that not recommended?
So you should put require inside namespace declaration. So let me print
It's
it
like
for you.
pound required or something. I don't remember.
Moment. ns message.
Uh, namespace.
Put new line here, yes.
Okay, so I could theoretically get rid of that. And then,
hmm So now you can use just a string join.
Clojure string, as string. So then I could, you said I could do this. Hold up. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Is everything clear in function decode?
It it works. It's just the syntax is just very foreign to me, and so like it's just going to take me a while to like make it work in
Okay,
my head. So like the
put,
encode
put,
thing.
put a new line before enclosure string split, please. In line 6.
In line 6, he said put
Before closure string split, before expression, yes, put new line. Okay, so to see that map function over this split sequence.
all right. So with the message, we're calling a join operation that takes a function. How do I hold up? No. It just takes. In this case, we're providing two arguments: a collection and then a separator. So shouldn't this be back here? Oh, I'm fucking confused. Map, and then using a function that takes a string. We're going to call the. I'm confused. Char is a function, right?
Yes, this is a function.
Okay. Char or char, and then integer that parse int the string. All right. So if this is like within double quotes 97, this is going to parse that and give us a lowercase a.
And I
Okay,
dropped an
I get it. I get it. I understand it at a high level.
okay, and I dropped a version of the code using the thread last macros. You can compare what can be read easier. I put bar in places where to restore character. Vertical bar. Do you see it?
You said var, var or bar?
Symbol,
Oh,
vertical symbol.
This.
Yes, just replace it with enter. There are three bars inside just.
Okay. So decode message.
Please use shortcut Control Shift L. Control Shift line.
Load in everything. Okay.
Can you press Control Shift L?
Oh, Control Shift L. Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
What does that do? That's a find. Control Shift L. It just popped up this window right here. Or Control Shift A or Control Shift L.
L.
Yeah, I hit
Line.
that.
But put cursor in the editor. And you get to search?
Yeah, it's up
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Edit. Control Alt Shift L. Okay, you can click Shift 2 times. Just back to editor.
Shift two
Double
times.
Shift. Yes, right. Reformat.
Or
Type reformat
oh,
here. This is search. Reformat. Okay, choose reformat code. Control Alt L in your case. Okay, we just have different keyments. Now everything aligned, and now you can compare. Why do
Control
you
Alt
return that?
L.
But remove bars from code. It will
Okay.
not work.
Oh God, hold on. What did I just do? Ah, it's ah. Why? How come my Control Z and Control Y is not working? I
Check
butchered
and edit.
everything.
Check your edit menu. What is undo redo shortcut?
Control Z, Control Shift Z. No. That's undo paste. No, hold up. Why does it say undo
I think
paste?
I think you undo everything, so you just need to redo everything back.
Control Shift Z. Ah! Hold up. Control Z, Control Z. How do I get back to? Okay, this looks familiar. Let's just go back to what you pasted originally. That. So that.
No, but put enter here because reformat will not add new lines automatically.
Oh, I thought that the whole point of the reformat shortcut was it'll break everything down.
The whole point was that when you put them manually, code was not aligned vertically, so it was not clear the benefit of.
Okay, so it said do that, do that,
Yes.
do that, and then shift. Reformat is Control Alt L. So Control Alt L. I don't know what that
Yes.
really
Now
did. Okay.
it's because structure is off. If you enter, for example, parinfer mode, it will be if reformat automatically. So now you can compare both implementations and which one can be read better. You don't have previous implementation of decode? Okay, you can copy previous decode from my message.
Okay. Hold on for 1 second. Get rid of all this stuff right here. All right, so you said the previous implementation. You talking about this one right here?
No. This
Encode or
one.
decode?
Yes, there is everything there. Yes, you can
Oh, okay.
take chat decode later.
How do you do this?
Yes, here.
I don't need
Enter.
this. I don't need this line, do I? That's not.
Okay, you don't
Yeah.
need this line.
But here's your decode right here.
Okay, so just add new lines inside decode to.
Add new lines inside the code, something like that. And
After vector of arguments, after MSG, go to left.
left.
Left, yes,
Left.
here. Oh, MSG.
That.
Okay.
Okay.
So second version can be read like split MSG with spaces, map with Partial character, and join.
I mean, this is less. Your first implementation is less lines of code for decode. No, it's the same thing. The only thing is you swap the arguments, right?
Yeah, yes, it's same, just written differently.
Okay.
Interesting. Can I put images in the chat? Do you know?
I doubt it. You can try. Okay, so then you were saying
Okay.
pound underscore, right? And then pound underscore.
But can I share my screen at the
Yep.
same time like you?
I don't think so. I think I have to give up my. Here you go. In the meantime, I'm going to Google IntelliJ Clojure comments shortcut.
Do you see anything?
Yeah, I do. There you go.
So okay. So we can also use staging macro inside. I selected the text. So it looks like take argument s, apply integer parser int, and then apply function char.
Okay, hold up. What's the difference between the arrow and then the greater than sign versus just the arrow? So line 82, the first character.
What's your question?
Like on line
Different
82, you have arrow and then the greater than sign immediately after it. And then line 83, you just have the arrow. So line 82, you put that symbol in there, the arrow, and then the greater than sign to swap positions of arguments. But I'm not clear what line 83 with the single arrow is.
single arrow put argument as first argument of the function. The arrow with two arrows put it as last argument.
Okay.
Because function map is function of two arguments here, map function and collection. So to put collection from previous step to the end, we need to use macros thread last macro, named like thread first and thread last. Thread first with single arrow and thread last with double arrow. In Clojure, there's convenience with the agreement that thread last is used mostly for collections. So all collection function have a collection as last argument. And function which works with containers, with maps, with objects, has this object as first argument. So when you see thread last, you can assume that this is about sequence processing. So sequence in, sequence out. If you see thread first, single arrow, this means that object in, object out.
Okay.
The object can be a hash map or something else, but something singleton, single element. If you
Got it.
work with sequence with multiple elements, they usually are last argument in the function and adapted for using with thread last.
Okay.
There is an article about this on Clojure.org website, which macros to use. But if you are okay with this
No, I'm okay with it. I think I understand it.
initial order without macros, you can forget about them. But usually adding new steps when you code incrementally, adding new steps is more easy when you just
Like
use trading function. Yes, and
when
put
you're chaining functions together, then it becomes a value to use that type of syntax, right? Like you're taking the output of one function, and sometimes you may want to use that arrow symbol just so that you can bind it to another function. I think I
so
understand.
you can also replace this function like an anonymous function definition like this. Also, you can remove parentheses here. So the difference in the map.
So do I see a difference? So now you have the pound sign, which you mentioned it earlier. It's like I thought it was like a
So I
backwards.
can declare anonymous function without fn arguments and use person sign like first argument, and you can remove parentheses around function call. So this is also valid code, and this is same like before.
My brain hurts.
Okay, remove it back.
Well, thank you for writing the code for me for encode and decode. It's I have to study. I have to study this for a while. Like like again, it's natural if I do it like in F sharp or C sharp, but it's just completely different naming conventions for libraries and Clojure. Like it's just gonna take a while for me to. I guess I just have to do repetition and just keep doing it and doing it. Like I studied for an hour earlier this morning so I could be kind of prepared for my session with you. I feel like even that's not enough. I feel like I I feel like I have to put in like probably 4 hours just to have a good solid hour with you to for things to kind of stick easier. Uh,
Well, as I understand, IntelliJ also is not your main editor. Uh, you can set up Calva plugin in Visual Studio Code and work from Visual Studio Code.
is it even? Hold up. Oh, Visual Studio Code. Okay. Because I know they have a
I
closure.
work with, I see you work with Visual Studio Code, yes?
I've used. It's been. I used it when I was learning Elm, like 4 years ago. But I don't really use Visual Studio Code. Um, I'm fine
So
using
it was
Intel.
open.
Yeah, I'm fine using IntelliJ. It's just I need to get better at the keyboard shortcuts. So
Also, my configuration of IntelliJ is already customized, and I don't remember what is standard, what isn't standard, and
yeah,
so. But anyway, shift or double shift is over the rescue. You can find any hidden functionality which is somewhere in menu settings and so on. You can just by search and execute. And
yeah, that's helpful.
it shows so it's also show you a shortcut, so you can get off.
Yeah, in Visual Studio, that's the Control Q shortcut for quick search. Well, I don't know what Q quick, something like that. But yeah, like I'm familiar with the translation from Visual Studio
When
to
you
here.
say
I didn't know about it, but it makes sense. Like
when
when you
you
want to
say
find a
Visual
menu item.
Studio, when you say Visual Studio, do you mean Visual Studio Code or
No,
original Visual Studio,
original Visual
the
Studio.
the big one? Ah, okay.
Yeah, so you can do
So
a Control Q, and then like if you just type in a keyword, and it'll show you all the menu items that have that keyword in it. So you don't have to figure out which specific menu it was under. So yeah, it's kind of like the same thing.
because I saw an icon and the application icon looks very similar to Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code, it
Okay.
looks like similar.
Could be. I haven't. I use Visual Studio Code for Elm, and I messed around with Ionide, which is a F sharp editor, but that's about it. So, well, I'm exhausted. Thank you for showing me this. I
But
think I'm
uh,
gonna have to practice this from scratch and keep referring to your implementation, even if it means I memorize your implementation. That's what I used to do in school. I used to memorize the code.
generally, such tasks like today, they are not. It's you don't code such task usually in Clojure. I don't know. I even need to look up how to convert between characters and integers because it's very rare task, and
Yeah,
you need to use an interrupt directly here because it's not standard task for Clojure code.
okay.
Uh, So,
So,
so, so, so you took it like easy, but it's not so easy because it's not standard normal task. It's like more internal, like close to hardware, working with characters, bytes to bytes, and so on. Usually, the normal task is you take a JSON, parse JSON, get a data structure, work with data structure, and so on.
mm,
Put in database, read from database, and usually there's nothing about character code conversion in real life.
yeah, like I'll try to get through this book and go through the different exercises. And then I think phase two is to actually probably do a small project in Clojure. And then I think things will finally start clicking. I mean, that's what I did with F Sharp. I did a whole bunch of code katas, which I still have to do the business rules kata that you already did. I have to try to do it on my own now in Clojure. But yeah. Well, thanks again. I got to take off, but thank you for showing me the implementations. You can send me the invoice. I think this is our fourth session. So what was that? $200 an
The,
hour times four. What was that? $800. You got to invoice me for, and that's it.
for, for me, it's like some kind of fun. I don't know if I should provide an invoice for this because for me, it's not a job.
It's not a job trying to explain things to me. I think it's a job when you try to like, because like sometimes you're like, no, 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 over here, this character, press enter. I'm like, oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Okay, but it's about for me, it's about learning to communicate, and
Okay.
I get benefit from this as well. So
Okay. Cool. Well, I have to take off. Thank you again. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your patience. And I guess we'll
okay,
catch up. All right. Enjoy your Sunday or what's left of it. See ya.
ciao, ciao.